Okay, so I'm so pleased to be here again with the Prince William Chamber of Commerce and speak to our wonderful project going on just across the street at Farm Brew Live with our different companies, the Two Silos Brewing Company, Farmers and Brewers Restaurant, the Yard Music Venue, and our event facility. Just hot off the presses, not even in the presentation at this point, is just 2 days ago, the bill was passed, House Bill 2418, that allows breweries and farm breweries and wineries to have 8 event licenses per year. This allows us to go out into our neighboring communities and share all of our beer with everybody, joining the festivals. Previously we had 4. It had been like that for 22 years. And we would hold on to those licenses dearly because you wanted to participate in the larger ones, the Northern Virginia Brew Fest, the big Virginia Craft Brewers Guild. This allows us to partner with breweries that are in our local counties. We want to do an event together in Prince William, the Prince William breweries. We can all use licenses there, and we don't feel like we're having to hold on to them for those big festivals. So it does bring a lot more tourism around, and the collaboration with the beers, which in our industry is something that we all love to do. We love to work with all of our neighboring breweries and come up with great beer together. So that was really exciting. Forrest Morgan, who's our head brewmaster, and myself, we traveled down to Richmond two Mondays ago and actually lobbied on Capitol Hill on our state capitol to get the bill passed. So we were really excited to see that it went through. House passed it unanimously, Senate passed it 36-4, so we were very excited. It was a great adventure, a great thing to learn about going down to lobby for our beer laws. Okay, let's see if I can point it that way. Okay. Just a real quick project summary, recognizing some of our partners that we have. We obviously have John Marshall Bank, Riley Construction Company is our general contractor, Williams Design Group is our architect, and RDA Rinker Design Associates is our civil engineer. Wonderful partnership with all of these companies we have locally. Okay, the biggest question I get, when are you opening? When are you opening? Followed by the second question, when are you hiring? When are you opening? We are now looking at the brewery, beer garden, concert venue. It's late June, more realistically with the weather that we've been having most recently, July. The high winds we've sustained in the past week and a half and the very cold temperatures put a little delay on our construction, but that's to be expected when you hit wintertime around here. Luckily, we haven't been dumped on with 3 feet of snow yet, knock on wood, so that we don't have that next week. Following that is phase 2. It's our special event venue. We'll be opening to the public at about late July, early August. We have just added to our team our director of private events and sales. She will be joining us in about 2 weeks and be able to accommodate all the reservation requests that we already have for special events on the site. We'll get a little bit more into the event facility here shortly because I know that we have a lot of local businesses that are trying to get over to us to do meetings and such like that. And then phase 3, the farm to table restaurant. That's the Thomasson Barn. Our Thomasson Barn here that has sat vacant for 40 years. We are renovating it into our farm to table locally sourced restaurant. Upstairs is a full service dining area. We do have 2 private dining spaces downstairs as well. This is a new development that we've added another one downstairs. So one can accommodate about 25 people and the other one is about 50 to 60 people. So we have a great range of different size events that we can do on site. Into Farm Brew Live. So the campus itself is called Farm Brew Live, and we house the different entities of everything. So we have Two Silos Brewing Company, which is the packaging facility, the tasting room. We also have our company retail store will be located in there as well. Just so you know, at least in the first year, about year and a half, you will only be able to get Two Silos beer at Two Silos and at the restaurant on the same property. So if you want our beer, you have to come out and see us and come and experience what it is out there. We also have Farmers and Brewers Restaurant, which I said is going to the Thomasson Barn. The Yard Outdoor Music Event. This has been an exciting adventure that we're putting together here. Our music venue accommodates about 1,200 people. We are not looking to have 1,200 people every day of the week, so don't worry about that. But we are partnering with some local musicians. We will have live music about every day of the week, weather permitting. From our solo acts to duos to all the way up to national acts as well. We're working on getting a few booked each month. So it'll be a great place to see some live music. Then we have the Pit Barbecue. The Pit Barbecue is located actually in the yard outside It's a beer station as well as just great barbecue. And we couldn't be more proud of what we're putting into that facility. And then we have the Great Hall event space. The event space will be just adjacent to the brewery across from the fire pit area, and it will accommodate about 175 people seated. Beyond that, when you talk into cocktail style or reception style, we get up there in the numbers. So we can house quite a few people for any of our local events, any meetings as such, and events like that, and meetings that might require beer. You know, we could definitely accommodate with that too. This is the overview of the site plan. The most important one, number 3, the Thomasson Barn. Next to that, number 4 is the yard. Number 6 is the stage, so you would see it headed out towards the street there. Number 5 is the pit barbecue and beer station. Number 1 and 2 is the brewery and the poorhouse. The poorhouse is the name of the tasting room there. 8 is a utility maintenance. Not really all that important at this point. 12 is the event facility. So that's, you can see how large that one is on the actual project. 9, one of my favorites that I'm working with our chef, actually at our other property at Villagio, is our chef's garden. So we'll be able to have some fresh produce that we'll be able to use in all of our sites. The yard, I went into it a little bit already. I know we have to keep tight on our time here, so I'll just mention that we are looking at doing some local bands, some national acts, a good little mixture of maybe some 80s music, a little classic rock going on in there. It's been really exciting to research and learn about all the local musicians that we have, because they're incredibly talented, and we're really excited to be able to use musicians from Prince William as well. Okay, 2 silos. 2 silos, the brewery campus. Mentioning in here that we'll have a crew of about 12 to 18. That's just inside the brewery. The whole campus itself, we're looking at employing over 200 people. That being said, I'm already inundated with people sending resumes, asking about employment, and we are trying to get the word out there as fast as we can that we're almost there. We're almost there. We have grown our corporate team for Villagio Hospitality Group, and we are slowly moving into the section where we are ready to start accepting applications and resumes for all of our positions. We will obviously start first in the brewery with our production staff, because we will be brewing on site before we are open to the public. And then we move into more of the front of house, our beer tenders, our general managers, and servers and attendants. Beyond that, we also will go into the yard staff, the security, the musicians, obviously won't be high for us, but the sound technicians. And we also have our event facility and our Farmers and Brewers team as well. So there's quite a lot of people that we will need to hire in the coming months. We're looking to start the process on this in about 2 months. So I keep telling everybody, just stay put for a little bit longer. We'll have it on Facebook, we'll have it on email blast, we'll have it everywhere you could possibly imagine, so that everybody can send their resumes in. Okay, so farm to pint. We are working with a couple local hop gardens in order to see what we could do about growing local hops to be able to use in our beer flavors. This is a project that's near and dear to Forrest Morgan, our head brewmaster. He is really about having the product in his hand and learning how it grows. We're actually looking right now and talking with the county about an area of our property that we can grow hops on directly, whether it be adjacent to the chef's garden or around in another section. We're still working on the details for right now, but it would be great to actually be able to, in a couple years, just like grapes, it takes a little bit of time for them to mature, to be able to use our own hops from our own site in our beer. This is the mumbo jumbo. This is the numbers that are way above my pay grade here on beer, but what this comes out to be in phase 1, which is year 1 and 2, when we're doing 2,500 to 3,000 barrels of beer a year, that comes out to 6,800, I think, pints. It's quite an expansive number. When we get into year 3 and beyond, 15,000 to 20,000 barrels at fully operational, we're really looking at about 3.5 million pints of beer, if you bring it down to that number. Barrels are the big, giant pieces of equipment, and they're not just the kegs, but the barrels. Okay, So this is the overview of the brewery campus that you can see. We've actually made a few edits to it since this has been created. Our fireplace here in the corner is actually moved to the outside of the wall, which opens up the area even more, so we have more of the indoor-outdoor space there. Just imagine being able to sit out when it's not freezing cold like this, but perhaps the weather that we're going to have this weekend, and be able to be in the indoor-outdoor space enjoying a beer. You'll be able to have the music going on in the yard as well. Farmers and Brewers, we talked a little bit about it already. It seats about a 215 people upstairs in the full-service dining room. We also have the event spaces downstairs, the barrel room and the dairy room. Dairy room is about 50 to 60. Barrel room is about 25 people for your more intimate private events. The event facility. This is the newest development that we have with the project. Again, as I said, we're looking at about 175 people seated. It does have its own restroom facility, its own staging area, so it's great for any type of corporate events, business meetings, rehearsal dinners, weddings, high school reunions. I actually have a couple of those that are already interested in doing reunions with us as well. So there's quite a bit of stuff that can be done in the space. More about the event stuff. This brings us to the end of everything. This wraps up everything with the Villagio Hospitality Group, which is the company that I actually do work for. We oversee not only the Farm Brew Live project, but also Trattoria Villagio, which is located in the historic downtown Clifton. So this is our second adventure. So we have small, and now we've gone really big into the next project. We couldn't be more excited to be part of Prince William County. And on our site and in Innovation Park with how innovative we want to be with all of our equipment and learning to do the beer and making beer responsibly as well. It's a great partnership that we have, and we're thrilled to be part of the county. Thank you all.